Good morning. How we doing, guys? Welcome. Let me get everything going here. Good morning. I hear my phone telling me. All right. Today is Monday the 27th. Monday the 27th of July. Last week in July, all the news is stock futures coming out today. Maybe we'll talk about that as the day goes on and really what my thoughts and opinions are about that. To be honest, I don't really have many. Good morning, Cube Gift. My race got canceled because of smoke, so I did not race. It was a huge bummer of a weekend. Very, very big bummer. So no race, just a lot of man. But then again, my house isn't on fire, or my house isn't on the threat of catching fire, so it could be worse. So, it's a bummer not getting a race, but at the end of the day, you got to count your blessings. Got to be honest too, checking the markets. I took last night, just as the market opened, I was able to catch a little piece, like $11, just off a prior session high a day. But reading the book map and stuff, it looked like we were just going to keep going, and we kind of did for a little bit. So I'm glad I realized I was wrong prior session high a day. And today's one of those days where all my rules say no trades for a little bit, no shorts for a little bit, but we do have 5 minutes till the market opens. So let's first, as we always do, let's talk range. We'll do the full analysis of the day. 491 out of 564 for the Dow. 491 divided by 560. I'm sure there's an app that I could probably do all of this math for myself. 87%. Okay, so we do have the range to work with, the bands, if we wanted to on the Dow, but no shorts, right? So the only thing I'm really looking at is a long off T line here.
Order submitted.
A long off prior session high.
Order submitted.
And a long off prior session low.
Order
submitted. That's how I'm going to be set up here. No shorts. Okay. Moving over to the ES, we have a 38 on an 83. Oops, that's not what I want to do. Gotta go over here. 38 on an 83. Not there yet. Okay, so tighter range on the ES. The Russell, pretty sure 29. Oh, again. Got those Monday jitters. Monday, what the heckers? 67%. So we have some range there. And then I believe that 262, when I figured this out before, we're not quite there yet. So we need a little bit of range. We can find that to the downside or the upside. So now once we have that, we can establish what we can use the range for, bands. And coming back here, we are, like I said, bull continuation, outside day up, no shorts. Don't do it. I mean, don't do it unless you are ready to rock. Okay, especially, I mean, we have 3 minutes in the open, but especially before that, don't let that happen. We are in pretty much a neutral, bull neutral, outside day up on the ES as well. Okay. We did have a really tight range on Friday. So, definitely some room for expansion up to here and here. Bull neutral, outside day up as well. Same story on the small caps. And then we are actually in a bear continuation inside day on the NASDAQ. So the NASDAQ looking the nicest right now. We have long opportunities at prior POC. We have long opportunities at prior session low of day. But because the NASDAQ is a drunk monkey for me, I will probably wait and not touch that until we get a market reaction. All right, when are these, maybe you guys know better than me, when are these stock futures actually live? Somebody asked me last night if I'm for them. I frankly don't think we need any more data flooding the markets, especially 24 hours a day, but that might just be the guy that doesn't really embrace change that much. I hate change. So I know every time something's been added to the market, that's been a good thing. So we'll see. My degen-ness, like I don't need to be trading SpaceX shares at midnight or SpaceX futures at midnight. I did do a little bit of research on them. It's also going to be super margin intensive if you have a small account. Yeah, I mean, I wonder if Ninja should have it as well. Or do they have like a prefix? So like S, I think S was the prefix, and then like meta. Yeah, here they are. So yeah, so you can, they're in Ninja here too. It should S meta. Brad range trader 90. We'll do this after the market opens here. Let's come back to this after the market opens. But we'll definitely look at that. And away they go. I mean, even with the full contract's 100 shares, and I think you need a minimum of 15% for the maintenance margin of the notional value. That's a lot. So you take the share price times 100 times 0.15. That'll give you the notional. That'll give you the maintenance margin, the margin maintenance to keep that trade or open that trade. That's a lot. Even the micros. I think, how many of the micros did I see? 10, or did I make that up? The micros being only 10 shares. You have something, yeah. And I wonder how that's going to drive the other indices. I mean, that's got to be a thing. Right? It's got to be a thing. Snoozy open. I said, I know people that will trade these plus twos. And Tradeify account sitting at all-time equity highs. Pretty much $500 to go. We'll see what kind of week we can have this week, but I mean, 2 weeks seems reasonable. Might be able to have this done and move on to we'll call it the funded fall. Right? This is the summer of evaluations. And then hopefully we'll go on to the fall of funded accounts. That'd be nice. The fall of funded accounts. Are you guys taking anything trades? Taking anything? Yeah, I know it depends on the brokerage, but I know that, yeah, like IB, they're probably going to be way more than the 15%. I think the 15% is like the suggested minimum. But that's good. There's no difference between initial and maintenance. It's just 15% across the board, which is kind of nice. What is, all right, hold on, let's see. Micro, Tesla, futures symbol. X Tesla. Minute 30. Let's load one of these up and see what it looks like. Yeah, it's a good sit on your hands kind of day. So that's what it's giving me. Does that mean it's not? Does it come out today? Not out yet? No screen for it yet. It says it's there. It says, hey, here's where you'll go. But no data. Maybe it starts at the end of the trading day. Like I said, I didn't look too much into it because it's not something I'm particularly interested in, especially on day one. But, yeah. Oh, did I miss that on the Nazzy? Oh, man. Prior session POC. Getting you done. That's why I'm over here snoozing. Come on, Finn. I mean, everything to me shows. We do have a huge gap fill to fill, though, too. Jeez. When do we fill this gap? If we pull all the way back down here to trend, what makes me think that we're not going to fill this gap? You guys, the power of not trading is a big deal. Big deal. Big deal. Knowing when to sit on your hands, big deal. Make sure I have my phone out. Oh, my phone. Oh man, yeah, prior session POC got you done on the Nazzy. Congrats all the NASDAQ traders. Prior session high day next short? Or do you wait for the trend? Kind of need a little bit of range, to be honest. That opened it up a little bit, but I want to see over 300 here before I start trading the bands on the NASDAQ. For me, especially when it bounced around a prior session high day and everything else is outside day up, this seems like a forced trade for me in my style. Right, like if we had a little bit more range, maybe this -1 could be a long for you. Or even the -2. But we come down here to -2 once it's like, I'm just forcing things at that point. I have no problem just sitting. There goes the small caps. Pack. Snoozy open. Nasdaq dumps. I mean, I love to see it because I would definitely want longs today, but this is the only markets that's in bear continuation inside day. So I kind of want to see everything else pull back. Like, I love to see this. This is great. It's already tested once. First test and best test. Might be able to hold that POC again, especially if the bands start to drift down and we have an intersection or confluence between -2 and prior day POC. Small caps going in the opposite direction. Everything else doji. Yep, literally doji on everything else. Maybe session low of day on the Nazzy. See if it wants to push even lower. You had volume right here from yesterday, Friday. But looks like kind of we can slide through here a little bit. $52,834. Yeah. Still, I mean, I'm not shorting the Dow. I just can't see a scenario in which that's a good idea for me in my style. I mean, if you want to be aggressive, I mean, I guess you could play the long up to +2s. Not my style, but yeah, we'll see. I've been wrecked outside day up. Being impatient. Wrecked. I would love to see us come in and start filling these gaps. That'd make for an awesome late morning. Nasdaq making new lows on the session. So much readier in the Nasdaq where it's getting to the point now where I'd kind of even just wait. I do like this prior session low of day or even the gap fill. Right, I don't mind this long. But not on this candle. Right? If this candle comes down over the next 16 minutes and fills the gap, and anybody that's short into that gap, congrats, good for you. That's an awesome trade. Just not a trade I can get in. That's when you start to identify other people's styles and realize there's many different ways to trade the markets. And like, I know somebody's style, this is working out, right? Even if you had a sell stop in here and you just took this continuation down, people did that. I mean, that's obviously why it's going down, but for someone like me that has the exact same framework of like, I'm not touching this with a stolen pole, you know, like, see on the ES, like I like a flush down through this, a close of this candle, like break below, close below, and then we can come up. This would now be a short entry at T-line for me. But it'd have to break below, which we just did. This candle would have to close below. If it closed right now, we'd be there. And then for the next candle and the next candle only, we'd have a test up here for more continuation to the downside. That could be a short on the ES for me. Break below, close below, come back up, and hit T-line. I need to go grab my my computer charger. I'll be right back. Got it. Got the charger. I got the power. Let's plug it in. All right. Man, Monday. Everything's all over the road here. Mondays. Everything's all over the road. But now I think I'm set up. Late morning bathroom break will probably be the only other stop. See, love this. Let's go. I will take -1 longs.
Order submitted.
I will. There's part of me that almost wants a VWAP long. But not on this candle. I do not. So here's the difference between the MYM. The reason I want -1s in the MYM is because we are at 508 on a 564 ATR. A ton of range, right? But we click one more thing over to the MES. We're on a 38. We're not even at 50% ATR there. So we don't have range, in my opinion, to trade the -2s here. That's the difference between, hey, we don't just put orders recklessly on the VWAP bands, and we use the 30-minute chart as our first frame of reference. The 30-minute chart and the range tells me that I can place this -1 trade, but it also tells me that I cannot take this -2 trade unless I'm willing to sit through a ton of heat. to get us to range. If that makes sense. It's super important for, like, it's one thing I just did not understand earlier in the year when I was learning this kind of framework. I would put, there would be no question I would put it here. I'd be like, oh yeah, it's coming down. Great. Can't do it. Look at this can on the Nazzy. Definitely gave us some more range there. 338 now. 338 on a 623. 341 actually. 341 divided by 623. So we have 55% now on the Nazzy. So now we start to come back into the bands. We establish ourselves inside the bands. Maybe you can start to think about -2s. You know, -2s with a trend coming up. A little bit of confluence there, a little bit of bounce. Could be a nice trade. NASDAQ traders are probably taking this -2. Especially a break above this swing high and a test back down. It's something I kind of want to try and take on stream just to see and just take a tight stop. See, there's the break above the swing high. Come back down. Confluence between -2 and this. Let's do it.
Order submitted.
We'll just take a tight stop if we need to.
Order filled.
Take a nice tight stop if we need to. I want to see if it works out.
Order submitted. Order filled.
Okay. Can you see how trigger happy I am with the NASDAQ? There it goes. Oh my God, it would have been beautiful. Guys, that was me hot and bothered. Oh my God, it's going. I think that was the first NASDAQ trade I've ever taken live. It was more of me too, just showing myself that the strategy works on any instrument depending on how much you're willing to let it yo-yo. Not gonna lie, if I'm being honest with the 3 people that are in here, I hated this down here when it was down $22 instantly. So what could I have taken? It got a max up to 494. Almost 30 points. Whew. That's crazy for me, though. You got scared for me. Yeah, please. Please. Don't do what I do. All right. I got a little piece of everything. I got some green in the NASDAQ, some green in the MES, no green in the Dow. We got to hit the Russell up, and we're just do a full party here. But look at this thing, just pumping outside day up. MES, like I said, we're waiting for a break below, close below, and come back up and try and hit trend. Probably let it even come all the way up and test this little bit of once was support, now could act as resistance on the way back down. I think VDD calls this a break and then a retest. It's crazy. Man, I'm still thinking about this. Like, it's crazy how I can set orders like this and then go to the bathroom, go do whatever I got to do, and just literally have no worries. Take the dog. I can be in 2 contracts of the Dow and like take the dog for a walk. But this, what just happened there, I literally could not wait to close it. That is a great indication of when you should not be trading an instrument. That's how it used to feel with gold, crude when it was on drugs. But like all the other things that Rod trades, I'm like, no, I don't want to feel like I just felt in that trade. I did it because talk is cheap. And I did, when it was up here, I was like, oh, it breaks above here and then comes back down. NASDAQ. I'm like, all right. That's a lot of confluence in me. It went immediately against me into drawdown. So I was like, ee! But at this point, guys, 6 more minutes left in this candle. We got to let this wait. That was dope, though. That'll wake you up on a Monday morning. Also, too, we have a break below, close below prior POC that we can think below, if we can close below. It's another short you can try to think about if you're that type of trader. If you want to, if you think there's a continuation going to be down, I don't like to think. I like to react. But if you do have biases, which I rarely do, break below, close below prior POC for a short to maybe fill this gap. Continue and do that. Would like to see some red across other markets for that to happen, which we are not seeing right now. I really wish my friend the Dow would just come down here and mess around with me. That's what we really want. Right? Wouldn't it be dope to come and get filled on 3 contracts or even 4 down here? I don't think I'd get to 4, but if we get, let's take 3 and a bounce for a graceful exit and then a continuation and have 4 down here for the rip right back up. That's dream scenario right there. Dream case. If you're like, oh, you know, that's what would make me feel really, really happy. Suck it down. I do want to be in the Dow down here. I really do. Especially with 4 minutes to go in this candle. Woo. Good morning. Good morning. Waiting for this to come down. Waiting for the Dow to come down and fill me. We got to fill all of these longs. Look, I want all of these longs. Just come down and do it. 3 minutes to go in this candle, and then we can start to look at the other indices. Look at this. Triple bottom? Where are you going, ES? Triple bottom on the -2s? Yeah, give me that range. 42 preferably. Come on down. Move it on down. Move it on down. Dumps. Phew. Phew. For those of you who've been here for a couple minutes. Yikes. Avoided a big one. 2 minutes ago in this candle, and then it looks like we're going to get some action, boys and girls. Come on. Yeah. Come on. All of this is good. Go. Go. Man, so many people getting smoked. Look at here comes the gap fill. GD's not here. GD's taking this gap fill trade. Definitely. GD, you here? Wowie. This is beautiful. What I do have to be cautious about is being in opposite directions on similar instruments. I can't keep track of like what's similar or not. So I don't like in my props to be long one and short the other. So we'll be definitely watching that. Like I don't want to be filled long here and then get that break below, close below off of here that we talked about. Can't do that short. It's kind of like whichever one comes first. But right now, let's go longs. Prior session low of day. 30 more seconds to get there. Let's go. Come on down. There's a part of me that might take it right in 27 seconds when this candle closes. Prior session low. I mean, value area low. How heavy are we going to stay? Seven seconds. We're going to stay heavy or we're going to retrace? Staying heavy. Just in case we do start to catch some fills, I'm probably going to... Nah, we'll manage that if we get there. I think we're going to take this trade, though. In case I might have just missed it. That's $15 a heat. Only because there's so much more to go. I don't know if I wanted that. Usually, you know, I'll drag in. I don't know if I wanted to drag in 15 knowing that we're going to come down. Let's see. A little bit of reactions. There they are. Right back down again. I mean, where would our targets be? Obviously, VWAP. Extended targets? I should have kept it that very low, huh? I have a good feeling we're going to be able to get in here. Not going to rush. Got all day. Nice little bounce, though. Darn it. Hope we didn't totally miss it off a value area low. That would be a bummer. I'm going to do a DS back inside the bands. They're definitely expanding, though. We definitely want to see those flatten out to start playing those back long again. There's the value area to profit. Ugh. Tough trade to watch. Value area low to profit would have been looking at a pretty nice trade there. Darn it. Missed that one, guys. Missed that one for sure. How many times we see it? Close, low flush, and retrace. Probably going to retrace this whole candle. Still very outside day up though. So for me, still no shorts for me. No shorts for me at +1 and +2 still. Maybe given range. I don't know. Like I said, to me, it just seems like forcing it, to be honest. This is the trade I want. I want all these longs. I starting to get long up here, way outside day up in a day of full strength, pumping up. Just a bad trade for me in my style. There'll be other opportunities, right? Like down here, we can get back in the bands. I can be patient with the ES, and I can get my longs here, which is, I feel way more comfortable being in that situation. Long down here on the ES than short up here in the MYM. Still riding high off our awesome NASDAQ short this morning. Survived. Survived it. We'd have to wait for the NASDAQ to get back in the bands now for me to have any interest. Price session low day NASDAQ. I'd probably go for that again. Get 2 rushes in one day. Kind of a long opportunity here off of session POC, T-line, but kind of missed it. Oh, it didn't exactly hit trend. If you wanted to mess around here, I'd probably have to wait for the -2s. They have kind of balanced out. Is it still muted? When did that happen? I didn't click anything. Thank you. How long was that? Was I on mute for a while? Oh, man, I'm sorry. How long was it like that? A while? I didn't click anything. I must have had a little glitch there for a second. Thank you for letting me know. Hope it hasn't been a while. Is that why nobody's here? And people just keep coming in and leaving? A couple minutes? Oh, man. My bad. Thanks for letting me know. So we don't have music either? Hold on. I don't know what happened there. Bummer. Sorry about that. I'm going to turn this off. I'm just watching, trying to do two things because I want to be in a trade here. Yeah, it's so weird. I lost a bunch of stuff. Like, I can't hear. No, it's not. No, it's not. But I want to be in a trade. Let's get in this trade first. Then we'll worry about the silly music. As long as you can hear me, that's good. I have the thing right here. I should have noticed that it wasn't bouncing. No, it's good. It's good. It's finding nice support here, though. See if it prints another swing low. See, now we have a break below, close below. If we don't get a fill here, like it would be, I could go short now off of session POC, probably trend even. But let's fill this and then go up and just do that, right? Let's fill these first. I want to be in. Yeah, see, I didn't even get an order filled there. I didn't even get an order filled. All right. I'm not going to put a target on just yet. I kind of want to see where this is going to go. We are long. Long, long, long. Probably come. We'll let this rock. I'll probably put a stop. If we break above this trend, I'll put a stop. So the ed still probably wouldn't be down here until trend line, but that'd be a lot. So there'd probably be an ed at -2, but at that point, I'd probably follow it. We'll see. We shall see. So you can hear the music or no? I can't hear anything. I'll just turn it off for now. I'll figure that out for tomorrow. Yeah, because I wasn't getting any music. I was about to click this and see like what's going on here. Yeah, like this is usually my speakers. So weird. Sorry about that. Mondays. Brad with a case of the Mondays on stream. So I'd probably put a stop here. I still probably will. See if I can give it a little bit more. I don't want it to get closed out immediately when I do that, but we'll see. Right now, we'll just keep it. I'll just turn it off for now. Might regret that one. I still wanted to get closed immediately when it hit it. Trying to hold a little bit longer. I guess I could put a break even, but I don't want to do that either because I would just enter again here anyway. So if it was the first trade of the day, I would have taken off here. Definitely. But we have a little bit of green on the day. We can kind of see what happens with this. See how much weakness we want to put in. I definitely don't want to see it come all the way back down on me. That's never ideal. Back in the bands here for the yes. Wow, Russell just went. Wow, Nazzy almost hit prior session low of day, huh? Wow. Let's watch this for a second. Yeah, I'd hate to see that. It's just another big candle on the NASDAQ to be longing into. I'll still keep this prior session POC on the ES. It's different without that music now. Can't say I hate it. I generally trade with no music. In my opinion, like you're a Dow trader, you kind of got to take these -1s here. If you've been waiting, kind of got to get it in there. I mean, that's a good spot. Not financial advice, but I can't see how you don't get in here. Do I learn my lesson and take my piece? Or do I keep going again? You let me know. Do I take my $10? $11? No, we're going to let it go. So how many times do I let this come back down on me before I get smoked? But like I said, I want these fills down here, so I might as well be in one. Like I want this.
Which filters are you looking for?
Oh gosh, Alexa. Yeah, me too. That'd be dope. That'd be really awesome. You mean high here or high this candle? Either. Yeah, definitely want to see it come to here. Are you in? Are you still watching a little bit? Do we? Do we do it? Do we do it? Does this show strength here? I'm not going to do it. I want to. Trust me, I want to. But the only reason I'm not is because I'm in something else and I want to be able to add to that one. But let's see if it would have worked. See if it would have worked. We'd be in right now with maybe a $50 stop. But then it rips some meat. Oh my God. Ay, ay, ay. Oh no. Don't do it to me, yes. I mean, NQ. So you gotta go rip all the way back to VWAP. Just shows. It works. Even for a little scalp. Yep. It will not goad me. I will not enter while still in an ES trade. I mean, in a Dow trade. I gotta keep the risk budget open to add all these. Yeah. It'll make you feel smart and make you feel dumb in the same instant. Right? You feel like a genius, but you can feel like an absolute idiot too. How close? Yeah, we're getting there. ES wants to come down and film me at prior session POC. Yeah, it does. Like that would just be. This would be aggressive. Right? That'd be really aggressive.
Order canceled.
Cube Gift, did you hear when it just said order canceled or no? Like, do you hear this?
Order submitted.
Do you hear that or no? I'm just still trying to mess with this
Order
audio.
canceled.
Oh, you heard that. All right. Maybe. Do you mind if we try music one more time? Let me know if it still sounds like shit. Because I think I figured it out. Let me see if I can hear this. If I can't, I'll just turn it off. Okay, let me know if it's ass again. Okay, yeah. All right, thank you. I don't know how I click something weird, but... Do I want to be in this trade? Down 25 bucks on this trade? And the answer is we gotta trust the method. Would've got smoked. How much does this go? Like, do we still take this? What is the plan? By the time we get down there, we're going to be at 1 ATR. Essentially. 55 to... Yeah. What do we do, chat? What do we do? Prior session POC is a long. With this much range, I'm taking it. I'm taking it. I hope I don't instantly regret it, but I'm taking it. Will it come back to haunt me? Possibly. Because this is ugly as hell too. Three minutes to go on this candle. Maybe we'll get kind of the same thing that happened here. A little flush, and then we'll get some points back for a scalp. Let's find out. Or are we going all the way down to prior session low? Man, that small take on the Dow looks good now. This one? Looks like a good take. We get in this ES, things are going to get interesting. The ES would be a very, very tight stop probably. Especially if it fills in this next 3 minutes, which it's looking like it's gonna. Yeah, suck at ES. We in. See what happens. This would be a quick break-even stop if it pulls above, pulls up. I pull up. Yeah, this would be it. Definitely a break-even stop, just because we're in the Dow as well. So let's keep an eye on this one right now. Like I said, the Dow, it's incredible how I don't worry about it. I don't like being in two instruments at once, but that's part of the game. As long as you're managing risk. But I'm willing to let that down because I know that I have fills. Like, I'm not worried about stopping out here. Like, I'll ride this all the way down to here. But the ES, I'm not letting the ES and the Dow just melt on me. Right, almost 20 points down here. That's $100. Probably could let it happen. Don't necessarily want it to. But wow, we are weak. This is what we call weakness. 15 seconds left on this candle. Michael, it's been a Monday. Problems with audio, muting. We got one winning NASDAQ trade. Now we're taking heat on the Dow. Got the Dow over here. We're taking heat on the Dow. Taking heat on the ES off prior session POC. It's just been a kind of a heat last 20 or so minutes. We did miss a profit target on the MYM up here. I was going to put a stop, but then I wanted to go full target and regretted that move instantly. But now we're seeing if we're going to come down and fill another contract down here on the Dow. Let's see what happens there. As we continue to melt down to T-line, I will take another there. But definitely looking ugly, especially on the ES here. We get a last ditch effort here at prior session low.
Order submitted.
But after that, I'd have to take it off. Gross. Nice. Yeah, we've pretty much been long only since the open, but longs are not working. On the day, we're like, no shorts. No shorts allowed. Here we are. I still hold true to that. No shorts on outside day ups. This is the one day in a while it would have worked. I'll get burned 10 times for the one day it works. Yeah, we are in some drawdown. Yeah, I guess I'm not skilled enough to know when it's quote unquote flipped or when it's doing fake outs. I'm just trying to stick to the rules. Yeah, I mean, we talked about that gap down too as well, and that would be ugly for me if we go and fill that gap, but could easily just see strength. And how many times we've seen V bottoms off the bottom, just trying to pick the bottoms up. All right, I'm just trying to pick the bottom right now. That's all I'm trying to really do. But it's hard. It's been tough to pick the bottom. A lot of strong selling the last hour or so. Ton of resistance there we definitely want to take care of. Yeah, I mean, I got a long there. I'm not exactly looking for it right now. To be honest, I'm more looking for a fill up here at 66. But yeah, I mean, especially with the range now. We are over 1 ATR. It's a good spot for a long. Prior session low is a long. Huge range is a long. I start on the 25th of August.
Order filled.
All right. Now we're in damage control, guys. Did we miss this one by a tick? We missed that one by a tick, huh?
Order submitted.
And there's a part of me that wants a graceful exit here. Once again, that that should have been a graceful exit there. We can get back in at lows of day. If it breaks above here, I'll probably put a stop in.
Order submitted.
I just don't want to miss it again.
Order canceled.
No, don't come all the way down against me again. Try not to rush. Like, we want to go up. It's doing what we want to do, so I'm trying not to be too trigger happy, but this is the balancing of like take a contract off to be able to go back in at lows, or let it continue to do what we've been waiting forever for it to do and just be patient and trust that we're going to get some strength here. It's tough. Yeah, see, that's tough to watch. That's tough to watch. That's twice now that I said I wanted to take a stop and protect myself, and I didn't, and it went against me. So somebody remind me when it gets back up to break even that I wanted to take something off there. Oh, I never got filled on that?
Order filled.
Oh, there it is. Jesus. Getting pretty close to needing to hit the close button here. Getting pretty close to a close button. not ideal. Nice.
Order submitted.
I'm gonna start the campaign around this price, guys. Just not looking good. I gotta take I gotta take it off so I can. If it goes back down against me, I have room.
Order filled.
I just have to take some risk off the table there.
Order submitted.
Nice. Maybe that little bit of green from the NASDAQ is going to help me today. And yeah, it'd be great if I didn't take that off, but I needed to. As soon as I did, like, there was a little bit of a weight lifted off my shoulder. Like, all right. Even taking this off right now and being down $50 on the MES wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But I still think I can campaign around this a little bit and see what we can make happen. I will go in back at session low of day. You know, take another stab at that apple, but also have to watch this MYM trade. Start to think about potential graceful exits there. And hopefully this will be the start of a little flip on the day. Thanks, Mike. A lot of work to do.
Order submitted.
I really want to be able to focus on this Dow, guys, to be honest.
Order filled.
Okay.
Order canceled.
I want to be able to focus on the Dow. Because that's ugly right now, and I want to be able to add contracts to that. Right now on the ES, down 13 bucks off of that, where it was, granted, I would have just got paid if I didn't take that, but I had to take that graceful exit. After what we watched, right, from entering here and missing, like it just going straight down from there, I had to take the graceful exit. I had to. It's easy in hindsight to be like, oh my God, but I had to take that. I just couldn't stomach emotionally, and granted, it still might go all the way up. That's fine. I'm content, and I still want to get back in down here, but I couldn't watch $60 go against me all the way down here. Couldn't do it. I'll wait. We get back down to the low, -2. But I want to get this. We got to get this MYM under control here. We got to get this MYM under control. This we controlled. Still losing trade. It's going to destroy my win percentage, but looking at the charts, like how much better now does this -2 look? I mean, you guys got that, right? That's a trade you guys took when I was on the drawdown. You got all this. And look, everything's responding. That's good. Response. A response. Let's go, Dow. Dow, call up your friends. See what they're doing. Can you be a follower, please? And we got green reversal, green reversal, green reversal. The trade I'm in, long, back. And if you're curious, I'm realized down 10 bucks, total 130. So pretty much you can add $7 to $10 onto what you're seeing on the Dow here. So now you get that break below, close below. I'm like, do you short prior POC? Good. Let's be really hopeful.
Order submitted.
Let's get above that EMA. Let's go. Is there an ad at -2s? If I was in for one contract, yes. If I was in for one contract. Not on this candle for sure. Maybe on another candle, but not on this candle for sure. And not when I'm already in for two. But hopefully this follows suit with the rest of the indexes and we can get green on here too. Staying green. Staying green. Staying green. Let's go green. We go green, we're in good shape. Or do we gracefully exit and then go back in at the -2s? What do we do? Do we take off around here as a graceful exit, knowing that we haven't got to move like that in a while? Or do we let this candle play out for 3 more minutes? Be my voice of reason. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, I mean, we're seeing buyers everywhere. Buyers everywhere but the Dow right now. So it's a matter of like, do I want to manage this and take a graceful exit and then come back in down here at -2s? Or do we want to see if we continue to just get strength here? We'll know in 4 minutes. I can make much more informed decisions in 4 minutes. Like, right, we don't want an open of a new candle and come all the way back down. Like, that would be kind of a bummer. But if we can close strong with strong closes in the other indexes, I appreciate that we're all here for silly opinions. That's what we're all doing here. Talking through stuff together. I would like to be able to hold until the end of this candle, though. It'd be nice to be able to hold to the end of this candle, though. Scooper dip. Good morning. Just doing a lot of trade management here, Scooper dip, if you just got here. Lots of trade management.
Order submitted.
All right, we're in graceful exit mode now for this, guys. Graceful exit mode. Yeah, we do.
Order filled.
Okay. In one. In one. Now we can let things kind of play out. Coming into a new candle.
Order canceled.
Felt good to take that. Right now we're realized 80, down 40 on the day. Because we have the screen trade. Still working towards green. There will now be ads down here at -2.
Order submitted.
Robert CNJ. Yeah, we're here every morning, 9:15 for the next couple of weeks until I go back to work. I'm a school teacher, so yep, you can go back pretty much live every day. I was off last Thursday and Friday for vacation, but yeah, always there. Thanks for hopping in. You guys can give the stream a thumbs up. That will let everybody else know we're still here too. Managing, tough day of trade management, but working out well. Things starting to go in our favor. Still definitely not out of the water yet, but took a ton of heat. Got out with a small loss here. We are green on the NASDAQ today on a very, very quick scalp. Right at market open, I believe. Right around here. We'll recap everything at the end. Oh, right on. Appreciate you. Thank you. Glad you could hop in. Yeah, usually like one and done. And I guess the more I deviate away from one and done, we were up $30 on the session today at one point. And yeah, I'm just trying to take some more opportunities. We started to come back into range and got in a trade all through here on our entries and took a bunch of heat. Especially here, we took a bunch of heat on the ES, trading the range and trading prior session POC was really where we got ourselves into trouble on the ES, was prior session POC. But we took an ad down here, prior session low, and then we were able to fight back and get out for a small loss. If I would have held the ES a little bit longer, yes, it would have worked out for me. But at that time, I was in 2 contracts of the Dow, and I wanted to be able to manage that Dow trade, so we got out of the ES. Which in hindsight, yeah, it would have worked out, but I feel much more comfortable. And then we were able to just take a graceful exit here that I entered. When did we enter that trade? We entered that one at 10:10. So almost been in this trade for an hour. Was willing to watch it come down and add here, which is our current entry. And then yeah, I get this. I'm taking one off. And now we're going to target VWAP on this contract. With my emotional capital, though, we will probably not be able to hold all the way to VWAP, we'll say. like we blast through the plus ones here and we get up into like maybe the 480s, I'll probably put a stop here or a trailing stop and then be able to add again if I need to. Because right now I will gladly take a $25 L on this day for considering where we've been. Here's kind of what everything looks like right now. In the trade for 50, realized 80, net 27 for the day right now. Which is fine. I mean, we need red days. I have one red day in July, I think. It's maybe 2 red days in July, so I need it. I need a red day just to keep me in check. Part of me that might add here. If we can stay strong for a couple more minutes. Everything else kind of dozing out. Volume's starting to slow. The only thing that I'm fearful about with an add here is we still need to. This is the only gap we haven't filled, right? Filled this gap. Filled the gap from the open. Filled the gap from the open. This one's the only one where we did not come down and fill the gap from the open. Yeah, I mean, I kind of gonna see them fill at some point. It's like one of those things like your gaps always get filled. It's a matter of when. And if you're on the right side of it when it does. But yeah, the fact that this is the only index that hasn't come down and filled the gap, you know, Now, I'm not saying it is. It's just fishy. It just keeps me on my toes. If that makes sense. Let's hope we don't see like a 3-bar into continuation to the downside. All right, everything's looking weak again. What do you mean lower gaps on the ES? The gap I'm talking about is just the gap from the open or the close of Friday to the open of Sunday night. So that's the only gap I don't know when you say still 6 more lower gaps sitting out there on the ES. Where else was there a gap? I guess we have to define what gaps. Oh, previous day low? Yeah, I don't really I don't consider this a gap. But yeah, I only look back one day really. POC sometimes I go back 2, but usually I only go back one day. Yeah, I've never really considered going like from a prior session low to a prior session low, this being a gap. I consider just all of this buys for the last 2 days. Now, like, would I look left, like way back? Yeah, like I don't, like down to here? No, I wouldn't. This is like, I wouldn't look back to June. Me personally. Go down. I'm going to move it right to this high volume node here. Go down. We're going. Gonna maybe get another fill here on the Dow. Other than that, been watching it go up, thinking about taking graceful exits, not, and then being like, all right, maybe we'll get in for another one here. If I get in here, I can take one off, start to work my way back up, and still keep this target up here, which is a high volume node. That's where this target's sitting here.
Order filled.
So now that we're in, now I can think about, all right, we come back up into here,
Order
we start to
submitted.
peel one off and see what happens. So yeah, everything 3-bar continuation down. I can stream until the end of this candle, but that's going to be about it because I got to go be a dad. Not saying I have to close the trade, but I'm going to have to get out of the office here probably at 11:30, so we'll see what happens. Coming back down T-line. If you were a little patient, you could have got that T-line touch. A little bit of barcode across them. Books still peppered with fun things to do. Fun orders to fill. Every time I'm sitting here watching this, I think about like reels and stuff on the internet. Like if I made reels, how like this would be like order filled, and then it'd be like all sped up, and the person would just be like making all these weird moves as it fast forwards through the whole trade. You guys get to watch it in real time. Me just sitting here. It'd be dope to get into profit on this ad. Back up to the -1s would be sweet. I'll probably scalp that off. The ad was all about being able to take a contract from -1 up to VWAP. That's why the ad's there. So really anything above VWAP I'll be happy with on that particular scalp trade. But we'll see what happens in the next 9 minutes, and then bike rides and pool time with the kids. Trading doesn't really buy you freedoms if you're just sitting in front of the screen all day. How you guys doing? You guys green on the session or what? Let me know. You've been watching, small scalps, holding the move, sitting through drawdown. What are you doing? Let me know. I'd like to live vicariously through you. Tell me you're really green on the day. Small green. Love it. Take it. Love it. Love to hear it. Somebody's got to win, right? We just need the stream overall to be green. The net of all of us needs to be green. That makes me happy. And if you're green and you want to go green into a Tradeify account, use code Brad and get yourself a little bit of a discount. The best discount available, as they say on the internet. Trying to turn this small R into a small green. That's what we're trying to do here. We'll see if it happens in the next 7 minutes on the stream. If not, I'll have to update you tomorrow. Imagine at some point today we're playing prior session POC off of the Dow. Man, that'd be an ugly day. That'd be a lot of graceful exits. More melts. Everything's still melting out. Yep. A much cleaner two-way though. Right, up, down, up, down. This one's just been a little bit more wicky. Like this wick, that was a glorious wick. Right, but how's the options world doing? How are my options doing? Just made $200 on a call on Amazon. See you tomorrow, bud. Thank you. Appreciate you. Have a good day. Gross. 3 minutes here. What's up, Mike Terry? Good, man. Good. Another small green. Love it. Love it. Love to join you on the small green side. Would love to join you. I did just get myself $200 selling covered calls on Amazon, so there's that. My Tesla calls are also looking pretty good. My SpaceX puts will look great forever. Got that? Oh my gosh. Well, listen, don't force anything to get it above into the green. That can happen tomorrow. But let's go. Man, how long has that account been in drawdown? You've been below 50,000 on that account for a bit. Working your way back into it. Love that. Love that. No rush. Yeah. So good. Yeah, so no need to get it, like I said, unless you see something A++. Yeah, those other ones, especially the one that was like almost $1,000 in the drawdown, that's tough. Right? Because if you go down 50%, you need 100% return to get it back to even. So yeah, that's tough. And that's where people are like, when you get down that much, you just take a shot, YOLO a little bit. But why? You're learning. You're not spending more money on evals. Like, who cares how long it takes? And if you lose those to death by 1,000 paper cuts, so be it. It's better than like trying to get back to even and blowing them just for the sake of it. I've done that so many times. It's like, that's the worst. No need to do that. Yeah. On 1,000 drawdown or 1,500? Oh, you have 50,000 accounts. So what's the drawdown on those? Oh, yeah, dude. Don't go crazy trying to mess with those. My buddy just asked, "Are you sore?" Didn't race, pal. Did not race. Yeah, worked exactly. Worked them well. So there's no rush. Could hold those things for 6 months. Who cares? All right. I think I gotta go to be a dad. I will have to manage these from outside the office. I'll let you know in the Discord how it finally ends up. And then if you're not in the Discord, you can be by clicking the link in the description. But I'll walk through tomorrow exactly what happens here. There will be an ad here, and then we'll be in graceful exit mode, and we'll try and work our way back up. Simple as that. That's what we're going to do. And if we get to a DRB, which is right around $250, maybe $300 on this account, I'll click the close button, and that'll be it. Oh, nice. Where'd you win? Oh, you won the trade day with Rod. I remember that. Sick. All right, guys. That's going to do it for me today. Let's hope that No, we don't say hope. Well, yes, we can hope. Let's hope things turn around and we get that reversion that we want back up into here. If we see VWAP today, before we see prior POC, know that I probably was in the green. But I'll let you know in the Discord when we get out. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Remember, you don't have to sit in front of the screen all day. All right? Have a good one. I'll see you tomorrow at 9:15.